Hello guys, welcome back to episode number 2 of the Tottenham Hotspur Save. Today we're going to be getting through the month of February, maybe even the month of March. First game will be a live commentary of the Man City game. The next live com will be against Atletico Madrid, then Chelsea, and then it may be the Atletico game as well. But we'll see. So we'll get into the live com in just a second, but before that we will show you the transfer history. So I believe since the last episode we haven't made any transfers, but I may as well just go through very quickly them again if you want. This is the one that I don't think you knew about. Jamie Bino Gittens is the signing that we made on loan from Borussia Dortmund. But the main thing is that we signed no one else. On the out, I think we sold, yes, we did sell a player. So Emerson Royale has left the club. He's gone to Ajax. So that's that. Now let's get into the Man City game with your commentator, myself. Well, thank you. Welcome to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's Tottenham versus Manchester City. Spurs stick with their usual formation, while Manchester City have Ortega in goal for this game. No new signings in the Man City lineup. They sit second in the league. Tottenham only 2 points behind in third in the league. It's a big game here in the Premier League. And it's live! And here's Cancelo with the throw-in. Man City starting the better in this game. Comes down the left as Cancelo. Back. He looks for Laporte, and now Kane intercepts the ball. Here's Harry Kane on the right hand side for Tottenham. Can he get the ball in? Not right now, and it's a poor pass by Harry Kane, giving away possession to England teammate Jack Grealish. And here is Ruben Diaz, Laporte, Bernardo Silva turns, plays it long, looking for Jack Grealish, who won it back just a minute ago. Here is Haaland. Bentancur gets into him, but De Vries nicked of possession, and a ball trying to be played in behind Davies, who gets it away. Here's Kyle Walker, the ex-Tottenham fullback, looking to play the ball in for Haaland, and Erling Haaland gets his 22nd goal of the season. And it was poor defending by Spurs, but Erling Haaland's there to tap it home, and it's 1-0 City. Perisic, back to Davies, McKennie round the corner looking for Son. It was a really poor ball by the American, who came on not too long ago. Here is Grealish. Plays it through, Erling Haaland's in. Haaland one-on-one, and Haaland surely finishes the job with 27 minutes to go. It's 2-0 Manchester City, and it's an Erling Haaland brace. Here is Gundogan. Walker. Ruben Diaz, Gundogan. Back to Ortega. Now Laporte. Man City can easily pass it around here. No danger, it seems. And Walker down this right hand side just keeps running. He's already through the Tottenham press, and Kyle Walker already in behind here. Kyle Walker, it's a great save by Lloris. It's not got away by Sailmakers, and now Grealish. And it's so poor by Tottenham to allow Kyle Walker to do that. And Haaland now scores! And it's 3-0 to Manchester City. VAR will check it. And it's all down to Kyle Walker being so adventurous on the right-hand side. Jack Grealish with a lovely ball. And it's a great goal. An extremely poor performance by Tottenham, who really didn't live up to their standards. An early goal by Erling Haaland in the 18th minute really started Man City, but then 2 link-ups between Haaland and Grealish in the second half caused Spurs to fall to a 3-0 defeat. It was a poor performance by Tottenham, and even though Manchester City weren't at their best, Tottenham were definitely off of it. When McKennie came on, he was really poor, and the front three looked pretty poor for the whole game as well. Defensively, Tottenham weren't great, being caught out by Erling Haaland's pace many times. As it ends, Tottenham 0, Manchester City 3. This is Tottenham versus Atletico Madrid. I'm your club commentator, and we are here in the knockout rounds of the Champions League is the first chance of the game between Tottenham and Atletico Madrid. Both of these clubs have big history in Europe. Probably Atletico Madrid with the more illustrious of the history. But here's Tottenham first, and it's Harry Kane who gets the breakthrough. And Spurs may have only drawn against Leicester in their last game, but Kane puts them a goal up here against Atletico. And here is Jimenez, back to Oblak, and now Hermoso, Kondogbia, Carrasco. Back to Hermoso, Kondogbia, and Kane's nicked the ball off of Koke and shoots from range, and Harry Kane's made it 2-0 to Tottenham Hotspur, and we may only be 4 minutes in, but Harry Kane's got a double already. Set piece for Spurs, Davies whips it towards the back post. There were players there for Tottenham, and here is Mohamed Kudus running onto the ball. Kudus plays the ball in, Harry Kane's there at the back post. Savic does well to prevent Kane from scoring a hat-trick for now. And here is Romero. Is he going to take the shot on? He's not. And Griezmann clears away. Here is Kudus again though. Kudus cuts inside. Mohamed Kudus shoots. Now Kane! And it's a hat-trick goal for Harry Kane. He's the hurricane for Spurs. And it's 3-0 Tottenham with only 27 minutes gone. And Atletico looking to get back into the game as we are into the second half here. And here's Griezmann. Dyer does really well. Great tackle. Here's Carrasco. But back to DePaul. Now Carrasco again. Looks to shoot and it's in. Atletico have got one back with 42 minutes on the clock. Tottenham have got a corner. Son towards the back post. Kane was there. And Carrasco will come away with the ball. Still half an hour to go here. Richarlison wins it back though for Spurs. And here is Lloris, Dyer, Romero, Kudus, now Richarlison, Kulusevski playing at right wing back here, Richarlison again, Kulusevski, now Kudus, Kudus, it's a poor touch and it allows Atletico to clear. Here is Dyer, Perisic, Son. Back out to Ivan Perisic. What can the Croatian do? He plays it into Son. Here's Heung-min Son and it's in! And it's 4-1 to Tottenham. And it's a brilliant finish by Heung-min Son to make it 4-1. Tottenham are in one of the best possible positions they could have hoped going into the away leg against Atletico Madrid. 4-1 up. And with a Kane hat-trick in the first half, they were scintillating. Then Carrasco did get a goal back on the 49th minute, which did make it slightly more tetchy for Tottenham fans. But Son would score in the 61st minute to make sure there was no doubt. And Tottenham 4, Atletico Madrid 1. Thank you, and here we are then. Tottenham versus Chelsea. I'm your club commentator, and it's another derby in London. Tottenham sitting third. They need a good result today to close the gap back to Man City. And here is Højbjerg. Tottenham have done well to win the ball back and now may look to break, but Davies has possession of the ball and plays it into Son. Here is Perisic, just onside, and plays it back in field to Højbjerg, who plays it through to Harry Kane. The England captain's in and the England captain scores. It's Harry Kane who scores to put Tottenham a goal ahead against Chelsea. And Chelsea being pressed all the way back to Mendy, who makes a mistake, and here is Basuma picking up the ball inside the Chelsea half. Plays it into Højbjerg, but Havertz can clear it away. But De Vrij does well to beat Sterling to the ball. Here is Sailmakers looking for the ball through, and here's Harry Kane once again. Kane's in and Kane scores, and it's 2 for Harry Kane. And it's another brace for the Englishman. Sailmakers with a lovely assist, and it's 2-0 Spurs. And Chelsea kick off. Tottenham fast starting here, and already Chelsea under the cosh. And down in 7th place. Maybe Graham Potter under a bit of pressure to start performing as the Chelsea manager. As here is Thiago Silva, Kante, and Mount back to Azpilicueta, and Chelsea comfortable in possession at the moment, but James gives it away, and Perisic comes forward. Ivan Perisic looks to play the ball in. Thiago Silva makes a mistake and Harry Kane pounces, and it's a hat-trick for Harry Kane. First half hat-trick for the lad from Tottenham, and it's 3-0 to Spurs. And at half-time, Tottenham 3 goals to the good. They did have a scare at the end of the first half when Thiago Silva did head slightly over, but apart from that, it's been smooth sailing for the North Londoners. Kane with a first half hat-trick from great assists from Højbjerg and Saelmakers. The third one coming after a Thiago Silva mistake. At half-time, it's Tottenham 3, Chelsea 0. Here is Koulibaly sniffing out the danger. Harry Kane did go down a minute ago, and it looks like Kudus will be coming on to replace the Englishman. But here is Kulusevski, wins the ball back in Chelsea's half. Kulusevski, ball towards the back post. Son, now Kane! And it's 4 for Harry Kane. He's about to be withdrawn from the game, but that doesn't matter to him, because in 65 minutes, he's got 4. Brilliant from him. Mendy goes long, looking for Sterling. De Vrij wins it back for Spurs. Here is Sessegnon. Davies. Into Oliver Skip, the substitute. Now Son, through to Richarlison, who's in again. Richarlison scores, and it's 5-0 to Spurs. He missed a chance merely seconds ago, but he takes this one, and Spurs lead by 5. Here is Reece James. Chelsea looking for a consolation goal here with 20 minutes to go. Sterling puts the ball in, and Hugo Lloris claims superbly. The French captain and the Spurs captain as well. Here is Davies. Now Sessegnon does well under high pressure. Here is Richarlison. Turns and looks to go forward, but has to go backwards to Ben Davies, who plays it across to his centre-back, one of the centre-back trio, De Vrij. Here is Højbjerg, finds the run of Richarlison, who's one-on-one again, and Richarlison's got a double. It's been 2 minutes and 2 goals for Richarlison, who scores again for Spurs. Spurs are rampant here, and can they find a 7th? Sessegnon, Davies, poor pass, and Hakim Ziyech looks to go forward. Here is Armando Broja. Tackled by De Vrij. So easy for him to win the ball back, but he waits too long and Ziyech wins it back, but Davies will deal with that hopeless ball over the top, it seemed. Here is Sessegnon coming forward. James does well, but is tackled by Son as he takes too long on the ball. Son, Højbjerg, Richarlison, now playing it back over to Sessegnon, who puts a great ball in looking for Kudus. Can't get there in front of Fofana. Here is Son trying to win the ball but can't, and now Armando Broja looks to break. Here is Mount. Back to Azpilicueta. And Son tackles Azpilicueta. Heung-min Son. Can he find a teammate here? Son through to Richarlison, who gets his hat-trick. It's been 10 minutes since he came on, and it's a hat-trick already for their new number 9, and it's 7-0. An incredible performance by Tottenham Hotspur, who wins 7-0 here against Chelsea. First half hat-trick from Harry Kane got them started before Kane scored on the 64th minute, and then Richarlison would come on and score a hat-trick in 10 minutes, and Chelsea would be took to the blade by a superb Tottenham side. Højbjerg had a brilliant game too, as well as the whole defence being superb. As it ends, Tottenham 7, Chelsea 0. It's Atletico Madrid versus Tottenham. Tottenham 4-1 up on aggregate and come into this game after 3 wins in the Premier League in a row. Richarlison starts for them, as well as McKennie, with Kulusevski and Bentancur dropping to the bench. And it's here. live. Carrasco. And Atletico Madrid looking to start quickly. They need at least 3, maybe even more goals in this game. Here is Carrasco. Scored, didn't he, against Tottenham in the early game, and João Felix has already got 1 goal back. It's only been 2 minutes and João Felix has got in behind the Tottenham defence to pull a goal back. Is it onside? That's the question. It looked onside and it is. Perisic. It's a long throw. Looking for someone in there for Spurs. His Davies. Now on to Richarlison. He's been brought down. No foul according to the referee. And here is Højbjerg. Son. Gets past his man really well, does Heung-min Son. He's inside the penalty area now and cuts it back to McKennie. What a save. Spurs gradually growing into this. Perisic. Højbjerg. What can Højbjerg do? He can almost thread through Kane, but not perfectly. And now Atletico Madrid are in again. Here's João Felix in behind the Tottenham defence. João Felix, what a save by Hugo Lloris. At half time, it is Atletico Madrid 1, Tottenham 0. Tottenham do still lead 4-2 on aggregate, but Atletico definitely the better side in this game so far. Corner, whipped in, headed away, only as far as Felix. Now it's back out to Carrasco, who scores! Atletico Madrid only need 1 more goal to level against Tottenham. They're 2 goals to the good here, and it could be close. And Atletico Madrid passing it round, looking for the ball over the top for Griezmann. Griezmann in behind the Spurs defence. Griezmann plays it back to Kondogbia. Now into Griezmann again. Griezmann shoots, blocked. Kudus can clear away, but it's a poor clearance. And it's as far as Savic on the halfway line. Here is Felipe. Now Koke. And now Koke again. Here is Griezmann. Out wide to Carrasco. Carrasco's got worlds of space. Carrasco takes on Romero. Plays it back to Jimenez. Jimenez. Now Kondogbia. From range. What a save by Hugo Lloris, who denies Kondogbia. And Tottenham Hotspur are through to the Champions League quarter-finals after a 2-0 defeat to Atletico Madrid. But their 4-1 win at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium does mean that they do go through. It was a poor performance from the British side, who weren't great in the 90 minutes. They did improve in the second half. However, Atletico Madrid were superb and may feel slightly hard done by to go out. But it ends Atletico Madrid 2, Tottenham 0 on the night. But Tottenham 4, Atletico Madrid 3 on aggregate. Here we are then, at the end of the 2 months, and, well, as you've seen, we've been doing very, very well. Obviously, you've seen the Atletico game, you've seen the Manchester City game, I believe, the Chelsea 7-0, and the other Atletico game. And now, we'll just go through everything that happened. So the first one was a 0-0 against Leicester after the 3-0 battering to Man City. Then obviously we went and won against Atletico before a 5-2 win against West Ham with 2 goals from Harry Kane, a goal from Højbjerg, a goal from Kulusevski and a goal from Bentancur, and 1 goal from Soucek and 1 from Cornet. Then obviously the 7-0 battering of Chelsea for a 2-0 win against Wolves, where Harry Kane got himself on the score sheet again. Then the 2-0 loss to Atletico before a 3-0 thumping of Nottingham Forest with Son, Bentancur and Bissouma on the score sheet. And then we just beat Southampton 4-2 with a hat-trick from Kane and 1 from Son. So we're doing really, really well. In the Premier League, we do sit 3rd in the league, only 6 points off the top team, which is Arsenal. Kane has got 12 goals since we've joined. Heung-min Son with 8 assists and Hugo Lloris with 8 clean sheets. We've been doing absolutely exceptionally well, and this is how we've been doing it. We've been playing this formation. I think De Vrij has been crucial at the back, played 8 games in the league and has been playing really, really well. And has only missed games against Wolves, Atletico and Southampton. We're trying to mix up the centre-backs because obviously there's lots of players that want lots of game time, but when he plays we usually do pretty well. And even Eric Dyer has been playing pretty well recently. Played well against Wolves and Leicester when he got the chance to appear. Sailmakers has been cementing himself as our wing-back. He's been playing pretty decently, and we've been giving lots of opportunities to Oliver Skipp to make an impact, as well as Yves Bissouma. He's played quite a bit because he is one of our best midfielders. So yeah, you can see that he's been playing quite a few games. Dejan Kulusevski has been on fire. He's, apart from the 2 games he was injured, he's played made an appearance in every game. We've been actually not starting him in the Champions League that much. We've actually been starting Richarlison, who has actually been repaying that faith in the Champions League, getting the assist against Atletico. Recently, last 4 games, not been great, but he has limited time on the pitch, but he did get a hat-trick against Chelsea, as you know, and has been playing pretty well when he's had to play up top. Kane has been exceptional, and considering he got his little injury and didn't score for 4 games, I mean, he's on incredible form. He had a really good patch of form in February, and he's hunting down Erling Haaland. Romero has found a bit of form as well recently, which is really nice to see. Ben Davies has continued to play pretty well. He had a really good patch in these 2 London derbies against Chelsea and West Ham. As well, Perisic has been pretty much ever present and is getting lots and lots of assists. Has got 2 assists in the Champions League, 3 assists in the league. And then even Hugo Lloris has been playing really, really well recently, and has been putting up some really good performances, which is really, really promising. McKennie, another one of our new signings, did get an assist in the last game. Has been pretty average, but a good average. He has been playing pretty well in that midfield. Sessegnon has also been making a bit of a name for himself. He's actually making quite a few appearances off the bench and has been playing really well. So now made 13 appearances this season with 4 assists. So very impressive. Jed Spence has got 1 assist from 10 appearances, and we've been trying to give him as much game time as possible. Played against Wolves and West Ham very well in those games, and also played really well in the North London derby when he was forced to make an appearance. Obviously Højbjerg, just so consistently good in the midfield. Bino Gittins, still yet to get a goal or an assist. We've been trying to test him out recently. Made appearances in the last 2 games. Not doing too much yet though. Hopefully he improves. Kudus has continued to be quite a nice utility player to have off the bench. He's not getting loads of goals and assists, but when he plays, he does make an impact. 6.7, 6.8. Are quite impressive considering he's only getting given 10 or so minutes, not 10 or so, half an hour kind of to make an impact. And then we look further down the squad list. Obviously we've got Bentancur. He did pick up an injury, but he's been brilliant. He has been playing really, really well. Doherty, not so well, has been making a few appearances recently. Sanchez has been playing pretty decent as well. But the squad is advancing, and in the next episode, we will be going through the whole month of April. It's a big old month. It'll be the big games are exciting. So yeah. But thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.